Hi YouTubers, it is 10/24/2014. Okay, y'all, here's a plea for your help. Going out to all patriots in this nation. You know what's been occurring in this country about the banksters and the politicians and all the people that want to steal our homes and our livelihoods and sending all the shit over to China and buying it back and all this kind of crap. Well, you know, those of you that watch my channel, what I'm facing, which is they plan on coming down. Their plan is to come down and kill me, because that's what it's going to take to evict me out of my house of 39 years with their fraudster papers and the bullshit, because I don't owe these fuckers nothing, absolutely nothing. And put everything in a nutshell, they superimpose, see, they've been coming after me for 9 years, okay? And their case against me was dismissed 2 years ago, and for lack of prosecution. And they were given 2 chances by the court to do something, to pursue the case. Fucking the judge, Judge J. Wethington, at that time, was trying to help the bank out, you know? I mean, that's what judges do, you know, help the corporations out and trying to get them to do something, make a move, you know, do something. Come after this woman, you know, the door is open for you. And I put it that way because, you know, he didn't just end up telling them we're going to dismiss your case on such and such date. He gives them that date and then frickin' goes past the date, says, hey, y'all, do something. You know, we're going to shut the case down. You know, if you don't do nothing, come on. Well, they didn't ever do it, so he dismissed the case. But when he dismissed it, he didn't dismiss it with prejudice. And I knew what the hell that meant. Now, it's against the law for a bank to even appear in a court because y'all might not know this, but through my trials and tribulations, I've learned a lot. The bank can't appear in court to come after your ass because they've committed fraud since the get-go of you having a mortgage, all right? And anything that a damn attorney says in a courtroom's hearsay. But he's up there as their mouthpiece. So, of course, I spoke up and said, I object, I object, I object, every time he opened his frickin' worthless mouth. So, his evil British accredited registry frickin' mouth, where he swore his allegiance to the Crown of England. Alright? That's what BAR stands for. So, the case was dismissed, and I knew that they could come back at me again at a later date, and that's exactly what the hell they did. About a year or so later, I don't remember the time frame, somewhere around that point, approximately, they come at me again after that 2-year lull. But to do so, they had to have more evidence to create a case. And what they did was create the evidence to come back at me again. And that evidence was a forgery of my name, of one document from Milwaukee, Wisconsin that was superimposed. And all this is already up on a video that shows all this stuff in the paperwork. That they superimposed one document over another and then had the signature of the notary, Rebecca Feldpausch, on the document that is clearly from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It does not have her seal on it. Now, I tracked down this notary, which is also uploaded video on her too, where she ended up attesting adamantly that it is not her signature. And as it states, she uses a middle initial. And she also uses her seal on everything. Those documents don't have a seal on it. So it's committing fraud before the court. And I pointed this out in a motion to the judge, Joe Caslin, the now new judge that's overseeing the case. And I reported under the laws. I reported the law, put that in the content of the motion. And he just went right over it. You know, of course, he's helping out the banksters. And he ignored reporting the crime of forgery, which had been pointed out to him. He chose to ignore it. So he is contemptuous toward me, biased against me, and you name it, because there isn't one shred of evidence of an original accusatory instrument that links me to J.P. Morgan Chase, because they're fraudsters. There's no contract, you see. So, anyway, and I've already showed this in another video, but I'm going to show it again because this is a plea for your help. Here, even though I received the Master Commissioner's order to sell my house out from under me, by virtue of a judgment rendered, even though it's a crooked fucking judgment, that doesn't matter to them, okay? Rendered in the above case on April 24th, and the order to schedule sale entered September 4th. A court hearing I could not go to, y'all, because my wheelchair is broke down, and he was notified, his office and the court was notified I could not attend because my wheelchair is broke down. I can't walk in there, you know. Yes, I have a walker and I walk around my home somewhat, but to go long distance, there ain't no way. I can't do that. And I've already suffered fractures in both the arches in both my feet because of walking on them, because I have osteonecrosis, which is dead bone throughout my entire body. And but he wanted to overlook all that, whereby he robbed me of my due process of law. And he has done everything in his so-called power in this world on that bench to hinder my due process of law, because when he ended up summonsing both the bank and myself, there it is right there, November 17th is when they schedule on, I will on Monday, she states, that's the woman right here, the commissioner, Angela Thompson, is going to auction, sell, whatever the hell it is, my house at 10 a.m. Before the courthouse door, okay? And that's it, okay? And it's going to be a hell of a problem, you know. Hell of a problem. Okay, so then I've still been getting these letters every couple of weeks or so from J.P. Morgan Chase, right there, all right, to me. Ended up saying that we are writing to follow up on your recent request and inform you we need additional research time. Really? We are still pending additional research to resolve your inquiry and request. We need until November 5th. Now, I've got them for, you know, other dates that they keep sending, but then they sincerely chase. And then it's got their number and, you know, all this crap. And this is dated October 21st. All right? Now, this one here with the crooked commissioner, well, hell, I don't even think I see a date on this one. It's void of a date, folks. Has no date on it. Okay? No date whatsoever. I don't see one. Yet. No, it just has the court date and stuff. It doesn't have a date on what she just wrote. And this is the property description they have marked as Exhibit A. Well, it's all fraud, folks. It's all absolute fraud. But when the bank ended up having their case dismissed without prejudice, so they could come after me again. They had to fabricate the new evidence to have a new case brought before the court. And that new evidence was fabricating and forging my signature. And that's how that's been. And I talked to the notary, Rebecca Feldpausch. Well, she's on medical leave right now for having back surgery herself. And she swears up and down she didn't sign that document. And she was very adamant about that because she uses a middle initial, you see, on hers. And she also has her seal imprinted on the paper. And this one didn't have one, you see. It just had her signature, and where whoever signed her signature wrote the name, okay? And ended up, it's identical. The R that's in the name of what was, you know, well, the government's frickin' name, okay? It's not mine, I don't own it, and it's not me. But a lot of people are not going to understand that, but those of you that are in the know are well aware of what I'm talking about. And, you know, they took our names at birth and all that, and our, but I won't get into all that. Y'all know what's going on, those of you that do, and those that don't, do your homework. But the R in that name was identical to the R in her first name. Hands down. Okay? And it's already been blown up. It's already been pointed out. It's already been showed and done. There's no question. So it is not my signature. And apparently her name's been stolen too. So they just draw a notary out of the hat and put it on a piece of paper and say, here you go. And this has been pointed out to the judge, reported a crime. I went to the police department with it, and of course they didn't do anything about it, you know. No, they didn't do anything about it. And anyhow, her seal isn't on it. Her middle initial isn't on it. And she swears up and down it's not her signature, because she does put a seal and does use a middle initial. And she asked me, she said, why on earth would I do that when I work for PNC Bank and JP Morgan Chase has its own notaries? Why would they come to me at my bank to have me do their work? She said, I'm telling you, I didn't do it. Whatever she said, it's in her thing on the video that I've already uploaded. Now, I keep getting these damn letters, you know, from JP Morgan Chase, trying to drag it out like, oh, we're working on it, we're working on it. Well, guess what I got in the mail this week? I don't think I put this up on a YouTube video, but check this out, because this is going to blow your mind. Sure as hell did mine. Alright, so here we have a document that they took and fabricated an account number, okay? Let me see, where is it? Right here. Right here. Let me get the thing right. There's the account number right there. Alright? Now they fabricated this, put it all together on a neat little printout from JP Morgan Chase. They got their name up here at the top. Alright? Now, I filed bankruptcy in 2003, and that wasn't a viable loan or contract, because under contract law, two parties have to sign it. So it was null and void from the moment you sign on a mortgage sheet. Okay? But those of you that are in the know fully what I'm talking about. But that was adjudicated in a federal court of law, and the state law cannot supersede a federal court. Alright, so, and it is against federal law for them to come after me for shit. But anyway, here you go. That's what they got, and back what they're saying, total amount due, okay, and arrearages. And then they've got this amount here, $42,304.32, is what they are claiming that is owed to them. When, how is that so? When it was filed bankruptcy on in 2003, with another bank, which they ended up buying out, so they bought a bad debt, you see. So they are coming after me for this amount of money. Now, this, added together, is not the same amount of money that they're asking from the court. This added together, you got just rounding it off here, you got $42,304, and this amount's $14,019. So you add that together, and you've got oh shit, you've got $56,000 here. Now go over here to what the hell they're asking of the court, and for the sale, what's that amount right there? It states $48,957.11. Now they keep monkeying around with the amounts, account numbers that are non-existent. So now they've gone and perpetrated more fraud, and they put this on their letterhead. Okay, that's fraud, folks. That's fraud, banking fraud. Now, lo and behold, somebody here in this state, Commonwealth of Kentucky, has contacted old Eric Holder's crooked fraud ass up there in Washington, D.C., because I mailed a complaint up there, which they're aware of, and I sent that up there September 15th. Well, lo and behold, I've been trying to call all damn week, find out, hey, who's on the case? Who's doing something up there about this case? Because I was talked to someone up there last month for a good 40 minutes on the phone, which that's also recorded, they were just biting at the bit for me to send that information, which was more than 20 pages of facts and laws and proof of the fraud that's been perpetrated against me. And lo and behold, they lost the paperwork. Ain't that a whooping? So, this is a plea to you folks. And I've probably already put out one or two. Hell, I don't know. Done lost count. But I'm asking you patriots out there that are in earshot. I'm dire straits here, folks. Because they're going to have to kill me to get me out of this house. That's a guarantee you. Because my ass ain't going nowhere. I'm broke down. I need my entire spine rebuilt thanks to workers' comp. Thanks to James E. Carruthers, orthopedic surgeon, has shot me up for 28 years with corticosteroids. It's killed my bones. It's called osteonecrosis. It's dead bones throughout my entire body. I mean, my whole spine is collapsing on itself. I have osteopenia, which is holes in the bones due to that, as well as osteoarthritis, which is due to the corticosteroids, because this hit me. All three of these hit me, or it was diagnosed. I wouldn't say it hit me all of a sudden, but it was in the works of, developing and everything. But I was diagnosed with it in 2005. No, wait a minute. 2006, I was told about it. And they put in the medical records it was as a result of corticosteroid injections. Now, I had those injections for damn near every month. And you're only supposed to have them, according to the doctor, every 3 months, but he shot me up, more often than that. And that was because it's the only damn thing that Liberty Mutual, my workers' comp insurance, would allow them to treat me with, which was a detriment to my entire body's frame. So I've got to have my right knee replaced and a left ankle joint. And so here we are. Now, Liberty Mutual, the assholes that they are, they ended up forcing me to sleep in this damn lift chair for 11 years. I can't even lay down flat because the chair didn't lay out flat, I can only sleep on my left side because of my neck and spine. If I lay on my right side, I get dizzy, Well, with my neck collapsing, my head collapsing down on my neck vertebra. So, I'm not in too good a shape. And I can't deal with these people that want to, come down here and rob my house and kill me, shoving me or tasering me or whatever the fuck they plan on doing. So I'm calling out, this is a plea for your help. I know that Clive and Bundy had a bunch of damn people down there. That's all bullshit. Hey, I'm a disabled great-grandmother. Totally disabled great-grandmother, wheelchair user. Not that I'm confined to it yet, but I am dependent on one to get out and go shopping. And but I've been forced to walk on my walker. That's how I broke both my damn arches in my feet, because I've been forced, thanks to Michael Beck and David Long, the CEO, president, dickhead up there in Boston, Massachusetts, that has continued with the abuses of Liberty Mutual's insurance company that has delayed, denied, and defended their frickin' shit on not providing me the medical care that I won back in 1985. So I sit here and have fought for the last 15 plus years just to live my life, to have my freedom. 8 years of that has been held as a prisoner, literally, in my home, because I can't go anywhere except for without a wheelchair now, or the transportation of a wheelchair that I've showed you in previous videos, that sits parked at my front door and has since February 2013. So Liberty Mutual and Michael Beck and all the assholes up there, from Mark Sheeman to Sarah Dodd Knight, Sharon Smith, Carmelo DeGracias. I mean, I got all their names. And if I live through this shit, I will be seeing all of them in a federal court. They've already received their notice of intent to sue them. And but the issue here is my house, and I'm sure they're gloating and laughing and happy as hell and hoping I do get killed. You know, that's Liberty Mutual for you. Done deal. I'm out of their hair, and I'm out of everybody's hair. And but Liberty Mutual, back on them for a second, they have deprived me of sleep, which deprives the body of the REM sleep where it can heal itself. You know, if y'all know anything about the REM, R-E-M, which deprives then the body of serotonin. The deprivation of serotonin affects the cortisol that's in your brain, and that, the detriment of not having cortisol in your brain, ends up leading to, get this, autoimmune disease. And I was diagnosed with autoimmune disease in 1997, rheumatoid arthritis. And I have a severe form that, according to the rheumatologist I used to have, which they fucked that deal up too, as they have with 3 states of doctors. So I'm without a doctor. Not that I would see one again, you know, unless it was a surgeon, an orthopedic or something to help put me back together. But this is the life I've led. I've been buried in paperwork. It's a paper terrorism deal going, according to the FBI, you know. And I'm going to give y'all a flash of my house here in a minute. I want you to see how I've been made to live by Liberty Mutual and all these assholes that have robbed me and brought their evil to me when all I've done is try to live my life. I've never intentionally hurt or harmed a damn living soul. But this is what they've done to me, as well as what has affected me has affected my family, my children, my grandchildren. I have a box sitting over here I'm going to show you here in a second that my granddaughter had written on with a great big old black magic marker. I want you to see what she wrote on it. You see that? We hate workers' comp. LOL. You see that? That's how they've affected my kids. Now take a look at all the files. That pile over there underneath the piano, that's all workers' comp. No, and that's not all of it. That's just from the last 4 years. Okay? Alright. That box there has nothing but files in it. Medical files. Alright? And that box underneath that box has files. And these boxes back here have files in them. And here's all the shit on my coffee table, folks. I haven't seen that table in, God, I don't know how long. It just keeps piling up with more shit, more papers. Hell, I've even got them up underneath the damn table. Okay? And my kitchen table has it all covered up over it too. But this is how I live. Alright, how I'm forced to live. And all I've ever wanted to do was just live my life. How dare these low-life morons from hell do this to another human? And I'm convinced they're not human. That goes for the Department of Worker Comp. That goes for all the assholes at Liberty Mutual. And the number one asshole is David Long, the CEO president, who has known full well all the shit that the claims office has done to me, Michael Beck and everybody else I've done brought up. And they've made me sleep in this lift chair for 11 years, and they're in contempt of court for since 2011, whereby they were ordered to provide me a Tempur-Pedic queen-size bed, an electric bed that has support in it, but it's soft enough to cushion my ailing bones. But that company went bust. So I found a comparable bed for damn near the same price as a Tempur-Pedic. So they didn't pay for it, okay? They didn't pay for it. So I still sit here. They were ordered to provide me aqua-size swimming because that's the only form of exercise I can endure with my body. Now somebody saw fit to jump over my privacy fence and vandalize my in-ground swimming pool years ago, which has deprived me of any exercise at all. So I sit here decaying in this damn lift chair that they have forced. So I'm charging him, Michael Beck and David Long and everybody up there, one by one. All these cases are going to be one by one. And they're facing Title 18 USC 241-242. That includes the Department of Worker Comp, the Governor of Kentucky, Steve Beshear, and Dwight Levin, who is the Commissioner over the Department of Worker Claims, and oh shit, I'm trying to think. I can't think of the name of that guy at the that oversees the damn workers in the state. But anyway, you know, labor industry thing. So you know, I've endured a hell of a lot, y'all, in the last 15 years. And I'm dwindling down further and further. And of course, this is part of their game. Deny, delay, defend, you know, until you're fucking dead. That's their policy. And the insurance company, they have all the statistics on forcing someone into a sedentary lifestyle. So I'm charging them with premeditated murder as well. Now, whether I live and survive this, I don't have a clue. But they will answer, whether it's in this world or the next. But I'm damn sure going to give it my best shot on them answering in this world and see their ass in prison for 20 plus years. Because each of those laws, 241 and 242, is 10 years plus. When two people coheres together to prevent someone from living their life. That's what those two laws are for. And they've all played a hand in it. They've all played a part in it. Now, I won a van, an $80,000 disability van, which is an extension to my disabilities of having to be forced to use a wheelchair. Now, I can't transport my wheelchair without the damn van. So they've had me locked up for 4 years this last bout. 7 years we were in a battle over the lift chair. And, you know, it's all crookery. It's all fucking bullshit. You know, and I pray to God Almighty that He's going to bless them real well, you know. And Jamie Dimon's facing that right now, the president, CEO, or whatever the hell he is, at J.P. Morgan Chase. Because many years ago, 9 years to be exact, or somewhere around that approximate time, when he started pursuing me to steal my house from under me, and I wrote him a letter many years ago, pleading with him to leave me the hell alone. But he didn't do it. He sent his damn crony assholes after me, which is Stephanie McGuire of Samson Lerner, Samson, and Rothfuss out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And they've added some more people to the bunch, and they're just overseers, so they're the vultures sitting on the line because they're watching the case. So he said, and I put that video up too. Contacted them, a John Bryce out of Lexington, Kentucky. And so anyway, back to the house deal. This judge has it in for me because I know some of the laws. Some, no, not all. I don't brag about what I know. I've studied law for 15 years or plus to survive all the bullshit that these assholes has brought into my life. That's all. And, you know, how dare they? How dare they? You know, I damn each of them. Their children, their wives, their fucking family, whatever. And I pray that God will take them out, you know. Jamie Dimon's finding that out now. Because I said to the attorney years ago, I said, hey, let me tell you something. I am a child of the living God, you know. And so that you know that I am, I said he will develop a cancer. And it's going to eat his head off. I said, you mark my words. I know I cuss on the internet like a sailor, but that's my tool. But I love my father, and I've never wished anybody harm in my life. But when they start coming after me unrighteously, without cause, with fabricated bullshit, paperwork, judge ends up accepting the crooked-ass paperwork even though it's been pointed out to him that it's fraud, and he still accepts it, refuses to acknowledge or report a crime of forgery for these documents that's been submitted before him. And then when he ends up calling us to come up there to court for a little powwow, well, the bank didn't show up, so I moved for a summary judgment. He denied it. In the other case about the guy that stole my money, that I tried to get a pool liner when I was rear-ended and all that and got a little bit of money, you know, I thought maybe I could get my pool going and have some exercise, you know. Oh, no. That asshole still got my damn money, $3,400 of it. Yeah, sure does. His name's Aaron Hicks. Yeah, he owns Aquascapes Pools and Spas here in Owensboro. So the attorney that he ended up hiring is the clerk, Susan Tierney's son. So they had their little powwow to conjure and coerce and do everything they've done to me in that courtroom on that case, and the judge was protecting the thief. So the attorney, when he got one, he only had 20 days to respond to the complaint. That's under civil rules, okay? So he didn't respond for 65 days. I moved for default judgment. Now, y'all can believe what I'm fixing to say here or not. That's on you. I know what I know. And I do have a good relationship with my father. And he has spoken to me and showed me things for years. But he woke me up one morning about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I was dead tired. He said, default judgment. I raised up on my left elbow. My eyes still closed, but I know his voice, you see. He said, default. I said, what? He said, default judgment. Just like that. Loud. Clear. I said, okay, and I smiled at him. I laid back down and went to sleep. Well, next morning, or not next morning, but later on that morning when I woke up, I was anxious to look up at default judgment. So I didn't even, normally when you get up, you go brush your teeth, wash your face. I was anxious to find out what he was talking about. I was awake now. I cracked open the computer, and I looked it up, and there laid my remedy. Default judgment. They had 20 days to respond to that complaint, and they didn't. And it states on the front cover, which I never even bothered to read the daggone thing, because it was a complaint. It was just what I dismissed as that's what the sheriff delivered, and that was that. And, you know, I didn't need to read it, I didn't think. So sure enough, there it laid. It took me 4 hours to find that civil rule because they omitted it off the damn complaint form that covered my complaint, the you know, paperwork that went from the sheriff's department. So it took me 4 hours to hunt that daggone thing down. So when I filed my motion for default judgment, the judge denied me on that too. So I mean, he clearly has been biased against me and holds contempt toward me because I know a few laws to protect myself and because I did not hire an attorney. And when you hire an attorney, you are deemed by the court as incompetent to deal with your own personal matters. Well, I'm sorry, but I deal with my own matters. I don't need a voice or a mouthpiece to speak for me. And I did the best of my ability to present it before the court. But he has done everything he could, Judge Joe Caslin, to hinder and deny me my due process of law. So I contacted his office the day before court and the day of court that they had that I could not attend because my wheelchair has been broke down now for damn near a year or better, somewhere around that time frame, that I could not attend. Now, unbeknownst to me, due to my disabilities, he could have given me a phone hearing, but he chose not to do that, and he went ahead and signed my house over to the banksters, the third-party interlopers, the collection agency, Lerner, Sampson, and Rolfus, and Stephanie McGuire. And so that's how that's gone. So he did so irrespective of my rights, and he took an oath of office to uphold the Constitution, but he's pitched that out the window too. Well, he thinks that he is above the law, which he's not, because I found a federal law that holds him accountable when he's done what he's done to me. Now, they plan on auctioning my house on November 17th, if I have showed you this. And that's not going to go over too well. Because I'm not going to just open the door and say, hey, welcome on in, you know, kick my ass out. I've been here 39 years. And I know enough about the law to know, you know, I've got my rights, you know, common law rights, and they shall not be infringed upon. I should have my safety in my home and with my possessions without any infringement of government overstepping its bounds. And he does work for government, okay? So, anywho. And I also wrote them and told them that I invoke Magna Carta 1215, Article 61. Now, I don't know if there's any men left in this country. I think there are. And there's some gals out there that's Patriots too. And I'm putting this plea out for you all to show up down there at that court place, to speak out and say that because I can't attend, y'all. I can't get down there. I don't have the use of a wheelchair. And I cannot walk that distance with my walker. And, but anyway, this is going to be at the Davis Circuit Court, public auction, at the courthouse door. Hell, they don't even have an address on here for it. But I guess you can look it up on YouTube or somewhere. Not YouTube, but the internet. But it's in Owensboro, Davis County, Kentucky. And, you know. So I need your help, and I'm asking for your help to prevent these people from stealing my house. And to do so, they're going to have to kill me. Okay? Because my ass ain't going nowhere willingly. And, you know, if that's how it's going to end, if I can't get some people down here to hold off the crooks and the banksters and the assholes that's committed fraud, broken federal law, I got more than 20 pages of laws that they've broken of the banking laws and all this. And I've sent the damn 20 pages to this bitch, you know, from hell, Stephanie McGuire. It's just, you know, nobody but me is abiding by the damn laws, you know. So, I don't know what more to say. I don't hold out a whole lot of hope in anybody ever showing up to holler, hey, it's a tainted deed at this auction that they're going to do. But this is crookery. Bona fide, absolute crookery. I got the proof from the notary. I've got all the proof. I've showed it all over the internet. You know, y'all can go through and just type in JP Morgan Chase. You'll come up with all kinds of videos that I've done on JP Morgan Chase and the court and the government, you know. You name it. Just put it in when you go to my channel on YouTube, you know. Weeping Willow 2. And check it out. I do not tell a lie. And as far as that little shyster ex-family member there that's hounded my videos, I hope Google or YouTube takes his channel down, putting out all his fabricated freaking lies. You know, saying that I owe him money. I ain't never damn borrowed nothing from him. Ever. Nor would I. He's a hothead and he's nuts and he's on fucking methadone. He's crazy. And he hates me because my daddy bought me a truck before he died. And that just galls him to death. It pisses him off. You know, about $3,000 my daddy paid for his truck. It's a damn 1994 truck. Wow, you know, give me a break. I mean, let's not forget that, you know, he bought both my brothers a big-ass business with $20,000+ on a steam cleaning thing so they could go into restaurants, clean out the steam vents and all this stuff. But they couldn't deal with the public because they don't have any, you know, people skills to deal with the public. So that business went bust, you know. But anyway, Daddy was out the money, a lot of money on that escapade. But yeah, he's saying, you know, I never paid for the truck, and my dad bought me that truck as a gift, you know. And his exact words were, I ain't never done nothing for you, Carol Lee. Never done nothing for you. I never asked my dad to do anything for me. Never did. And I told him when he said that he was going to get me a truck, I said, Daddy, I don't want your truck. I don't want your money. Keep it for yourself. But he bought it anyway, in spite of me telling him several times no. And he bought it anyway. And so that's how that was. Because I didn't have a vehicle, you see. My van went down on me, and I hadn't had a vehicle for well over a year, I think it was. Hell, no, let me take it back, 4 years. I didn't have a vehicle. So, anyway, he bought it for me, and that was that. But my so-called ex-family member there, he just can't deal with it. And his craziness has got the better of him. Lost his marbles or some shit. That's on him. He'll answer to God for what he's been doing to me on the internet. But anyway, well, that's the gist of it, folks. And my father is my witness. I have nothing to hold my head down for. I've never sought to hurt a living soul. And I do not tell lies. I do not tell lies. Probably even to my own detriment. You know. Maybe if I was a crook or a liar or a thief and all this shit, you know, maybe I'd have got ahead in the world. But no. I've just lived my little life in my little house in my, you know, small world here. So anyway, there's my plea. And I truly hope there's somebody out there that is hearing this plea will extend a helping hand. I'm not asking for, weapons and all that bullshit. I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking for bodies to show up when they come. Just say you're not going to do this to this woman. They have no original bona fide accusatory instrument. They have no legal documents. They have no legal cause to do what they're doing to me. But I will defend myself, and I will defend my home. And if I have to do that alone, then by golly, I will do it alone. And that'll be that. And I'll be with my Lord and Savior that much quicker. And I'll be in a heck of a lot better place than any of y'all. But anyway, there you go. There you have it. So, I thank you for your time. And as I had sent out a few people a message yesterday, my devoted watchers, and I may have missed some because I got tired, and I'm still tired now. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. And, I just, I need your help. I desperately need your help. And, well, I don't know what more to say. But I hope you hear my plea and the Lord speaks to you. Maybe some of you would show up. Okay, well, I won't be here after the 17th probably, because they're going to kill me. That's a given. They will kill me to get me out of this house. I mean, I don't have a life out of it other than trying to get to the store every couple of weeks when I get paid. That's all I do. Sit here, do paperwork, more paperwork, more paperwork. I mean, who in the hell lives like this, I mean, take a look, people. Take a look. Look at all. Look at all of it. I got laws sitting everywhere. I got 2 reams of papers that I copied off. Here's some more of it, Look at this shit. Yeah, I've gone back to smoking since last night. I'm ashamed of my house. It's falling apart around my ears. But I can't fix it. I don't have the money to fix it. And, oh well, I'm going to shut up. Y'all take care, those of you that's made my channel what it is. I appreciate your sharing my videos. See you on the flip side, folks. Carol, Weeping Willow too.